Simon, did you enjoy that Mitch Creek DJ battle as much as they seem to?
No. I enjoyed one side of it. It's funny looking through DJ's numbers during the week, and you're like, guys shooting 27% from behind the arc. You're like, that ain't lasting. Like, there's going to be a game where he's having a breakout, and it's goofing around with the coach. It's like, it's going to be tonight, I'm sure of it. And it was, like he brings a little something special for us most times we play him. And he was excellent tonight, DJ. So was Creaky. But to be honest, I thought we failed in a few areas on that side of the ball early in the game, particularly. But then we found ourselves and we were okay. But some of our offense in that second half was pretty poor.
They kind of, at least numbers-wise, cancelled each other out at the end, and the difference ended up being that you had different guys step up with the game on the line. You captained in a massive shot, and then next to you, that last play was pretty important too.
Yep. I mean, Joe Chi's offensive rebound there that led to Kyle's three was really key. I thought Brandon was excellent, especially in that first half when we were a bit leaky. And Adelaide were finding their avenues to score. And I thought when Brandon ended the game, we stemmed the tide a little bit there, and I thought his protection of the rim was particularly good. And, that's what we need from him. We need it from some others. And, it was good from that side of it. Down the stretch, offensively, I've got no explanation as to some of our decision-making. I thought we were really poor.
The positive was Joe Chi had a really good second half, as you touched on, but Brandon did as well, and you were even able to play them together for a short period. Is that something you might be able to do a bit more moving forward? Yeah.
I mean, obviously with Brandon joining us a little late, we have focused with him on playing that 5 position a lot. But ultimately, he's a very versatile player. You can swing him even at the 3 if you need be. And so we're just bringing him along slow. We had a real big pack of games, the 6 in 14 days. So that's probably not the time where you start getting him reps at the 4 spot. But this last week, or last 2 weeks, we've started getting him some reps at that position. And, we'll look to utilise him in multiple roles.
And Brandon, how did you find things out there?
I feel like we played a pretty good game. Obviously, we had some lows. For me, I just wanted to make sure that I came into the game, played with energy, and tried to impact the game as best I could.
A couple of things you did well. You didn't get in foul trouble. You also looked like you're feeling more comfortable in the system out there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely takes a little bit of time to get adjusted to, a new situation, a new team. Trying to, figure out where you fit on that team and learn, the tendency of the guys that you're out there with. And then in terms of the foul trouble, it's just, an adjustment as well, trying to get used to the way the refs call the game. And hopefully I can continue to, figure that out and play more like I did tonight, without fouling.
Did you enjoy the chance to spend some time on the floor with Big Joe as well? And is that something you hope to be able to do?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, like Coach Simon said, there's been opportunities, over the past couple of weeks for me to play the 4, and I've been out there with Joe a lot, and I think that, we kind of feed off of each other pretty well. So absolutely, look forward to the opportunity.
What about now, a short turnaround for the Hawks on Sunday? It's a big game and a different set of challenges than what probably you faced tonight. Brandon?
Yeah, absolutely. They're a talented team, but our main focus, always is on doing the things that we can control, playing our game, and taking it from there.
Similar question for you, Mitch. What are your thoughts now on the Hawks? It's probably a significant game now that we're getting to the back end of the season, and you're playing your team, fighting for that playoff spot along with you.
Obviously a really important game, but I feel like I'm not done with this one. We'll move on to Illawarra at some stage tomorrow, but there's things that happen in this game that were unacceptable for us, and I feel like we've got to sort that out so we can then prepare for Illawarra. Illawarra bring their own set of challenges. They're a streaky team and they can really get cooking quickly, and we can't have lapses like we did tonight in that second half with from an offensive standpoint, because you don't continue to put the pressure on them. You're just going to watch a lead evaporate and a large lead sort of start to establish. So we need to be better.
Simon, the first quarter looked like you guys were getting fairly touched up on the boards, and you kind of turned that around in the second term. I guess Cam Bester going out had some factor in that, but did you make a renewed focus to crash the glass, particularly the offensive glass in that second term?
Yes, it was a really big focus for us this week. From on both sides of the ball. One, creating second shots. Throughout the course of this season, we haven't really shot the ball at the level that we should, that we are capable of, I should say. And so creating those second shot opportunities are really important for us. And, I thought our efforts there were good. I was not really pleased with some of our efforts early in the game, where we watched Cam get 8 offensive boards against Illawarra. We replayed it during the week and making sure guys knew. And he didn't have any of them. But it was also making sure that we know that Macca goes to the boards, Sunday goes to the boards, DJ's on the boards. Like, it was a really conscious effort for us to take that away from them. And I thought we failed that early, but we got back on track. But we can still be better.
I'm detecting the tone that there's a bit of frustration with the way the game went tonight for you. It's more a relief rather than you're absolutely thrilled with the way everything went. Is that the overwhelming feeling for you after this one? We just got it out of the way, but we weren't in our absolute pristine best.
No. Firstly, you always got to give credit to the opposition. I thought Adelaide made adjustments during the course of the game, slowed us down. I thought our decision making, particularly at the point guard position, was really poor in the fourth quarter, and it's something that we're trying to work on and get better at. We've seen it in a couple of games, and it was just incredibly frustrating to see some of the decision making that went on. So, for us, we want to get to that next level. We're trying to push. I love the fact where we're sitting with our record. But we saw in the Brisbane game, we didn't close that out quite the way we could have. The Perth game, we could have pushed out a lead. We didn't really do that as well. We seem to be getting to these stretches where we get to a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-point lead, and then all of a sudden, our decision making can get poor. And we've got to be a little bit more ruthless, a little bit more circumspect and saying, okay, where are we being successful? Why aren't we continuing to go to that? Instead of worrying about, how can I impact the game personally? It's about making each other better. And I feel like we're inching our way down that lane, but we're just not getting there maybe as quickly as I would like. And that's probably where the frustration is set a little bit.
Any more questions? No, thank you guys.
Okay, just before we go, little shout out to CJ. Hopefully he gets through this COVID period, and Jamie Perlman tonight. Just want to say congratulations to his performance. I thought he was amazing. He made some really great adjustments on that, and just knowing the circumstances of him being here tonight as coach was really special of him just to even be here. So great job by Jamie.